Welcome to an episode of Family Gamer TV. I'm with Philip Ring, a producer at TT Games.
Hello.
So that TT Games says to me Lego games.
Indeed.
Which ones have you been involved with recently?
So I've been the producer on Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes, which is our latest Lego title, and it's coming out in June.
Yeah.
I mean, we're really excited about it. We're really hoping people are going to have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. And are there things about this Lego Batman game that is different, or maybe over and above previous Lego games?
Yeah, so for Lego Batman 2, because we had loads of fun doing Lego Batman 1, and we were like, okay, let's do something, but we want to do it much bigger. So we wanted to reflect that in what you could do in the game as well. So this is the first time that you can actually explore the whole of Gotham City. So it's a big open world hub that you can explore. It's full of Lego, full of cool things to collect.
Yeah.
And then we also want to do some other cool things. So we got a lot of feedback from the first Batman game that people liked the cutscenes but didn't really understand the story. So this is the first time that Lego
and they're
characters
quite long, aren't they? Because on the first game, it's comic books, isn't it? And you sort of pick through them. My kids are playing that at the moment, actually, and they're like, actually, one of them loves them, and he'll literally go through each one, studying each one. But my daughter was just like, I just want to get past it, and it doesn't seem to be an easy way to skip it, so I think you're probably...
Yes, so this time...
that is a good idea.
Yes, we thought speaking would be great. We tried it out and we really liked how it felt, so we've now got talking characters and been able to kind of do a Lego version of Batman, Lego version of Superman, Lego version of Lex Luthor, the Joker, but kind of have them actually speak and interact. Yeah. We can tell the story, but also do a whole load of new fun gags that we've not done in the past.
Yeah, sounds great. And I presume the comic book publishers and the owners of those franchises have been involved in that, how you've developed it?
Yeah, we work really closely with DC. They've been brilliant over the course of it.
That must have been cool.
And it was kind of like it's one of these things that you kind of sit there in awe. We're so lucky to work with the franchises that we do, and being able to work with the comic book guys, they were brilliant. They when we used characters for things like Cyborg, for example, they said, okay, we've got Cyborg, but you can use this new version. It's from the New 52. So the version that we've got in game is Cyborg minifig, but wearing the New 52 costume.
Right, wow.
And things like that's just so cool that we get to kind of include that, and they've been brilliant the whole project. So
yeah, cool. And so you said it's open world. That sounds quite different to previous Lego games. Is there a sense that it's not as linear and you can sort of do things in a different order?
No, it's the way that we wanted to do it is because the hubs have always been really important, and that's kind of like where this kind of open world feeling is coming from. So what happens is you still have the story levels, and what happens is for example, the beginning levels in the theatre in Gotham City, and the Joker kind of turns up with a whole load of other goons, causes some mayhem. As Batman and Robin, you have to capture the Joker. So it kind of spills out of the theatre, and that's the end of the first level. And then we put you into Gotham City, so you can then start exploring Gotham City, but we layer it up to kind of give people an opportunity to kind of see these new places and kind of work through it. So we don't just kind of drop you in a city and go, right, now get lost. Yeah. We kind of introduce it to people as you're going along, and then it kind of expands as you get more characters, more abilities, bigger areas to explore. So it constantly layering up, but there's still all the story levels, still all story free play that you'd expect. So.
That sounds good. But my bugbear with Lego games is multiplayer on the portables.
Yeah. I'm pleased to announce it does have multiplayer. So we have local multiplayer on the handheld devices.
Oh, really?
So DS, 3DS, Vita. If you've got two friends, two copies of the game, they can play it together.
That's amazing.
So yeah, we really wanted to kind of do that. We wanted to do it because the handheld devices can't have the whole of the city, so we wanted to do some things that were special for them. Yeah. So it's got multiplayer. It's also got this Justice League of America mode, where you get to play as a whole load of Justice League characters, taking down waves of enemies, and it's specific for the handheld. So nice. I'm pleased to say that we have got multiplayer.
Yeah, because I think the handheld did need a bit of love. And will that be on DS, 3DS and Vita?
Yep.
Indeed. And are they all essentially the same game?
Yeah, so we want to make sure that the game will kind of like we kind of tailor each one to each platform because of the specifics that we can do with that. Yeah. But yeah, we really wanted to make sure that the games felt like it was the whole adventure that you get. So there's things like the talking cutscenes are all present there. So yeah, it really is kind of like the handheld experience for the Lego game. With
the Vita being more powerful, is there a stage where you think you might switch to grouping it with the console versions of the Lego games rather than grouping it with the portables?
It's something that, because the Vita is such a new platform, we're constantly trying to make just basically the best game that we can for the platform. Yeah. I think it'll be interesting to see how it goes over the next few years as we start to kind of get our grips with the system and what we decide would be the best thing to do.
Yeah. And just going back to the multiplayer, so that multiplayer, is that single cart multiplayer?
It's not. It's multi-cart multiplayer, and it's local multiplayer. So two friends in the same room can play 2 DS games.
Yeah. So as long as you both own a copy of the game
yep.
and have the same console.
Yep.
It's not across consoles. I presume it needs to be in the same format, but that's understandable.
Yeah, indeed.
But to have that come back, because it used to be in Lego games, didn't it, back in the day?
It did.
In fact, actually, the previous Lego game was one of the last few to have that multi-cart multiplayer on the DS.
Indeed.
So that's really nice to see it coming back.
It's something that kind of lends itself so well to Batman, because it's the dynamic duo. So Batman and Robin, they're kind of like key, and we were sat there going, well, we want to give people that chance. They want to be able to play together.
My 2 younger boys are going to love that. They're going to be Batman and Robin.
Excellent. And then eventually Batman and Superman, because he plays a big part in the story as well. And then the whole other DC universe. So
stop it. That sounds too good. And so beyond the Batman game, that we've got Lord of the Rings recently announced.
Indeed.
What's been your involvement in that?
So I'm personally not working on Lego Lord of the Rings, but I kind of we work in the same office. We're all very kind of close knit with the Lego games, and I have to say it's looking fantastic. There's some things there that are really different to what we're doing for Lego Batman.
Okay.
So Lego Batman 2 has an original story, so we recorded the voices from like scratch. We wrote the script and recorded the voices. Lord of the Rings is fantastic because it actually gets to use the movie dialogue. So we get to use the movie lines and then turn them into minifigures, and it feels brilliant. It feels like it's a different take on it once again. So it really is a really exciting project.
And will the Lord of the Rings games benefit from the multiplayer and the more open sort of gameplay?
Yeah, so we're looking to do things differently for every type of franchise. For Batman, it really kind of lent itself very well to being able to do the open world Gotham City. Lord of the Rings, it's more about a journey, so we want to tailor that experience. We want it to feel like you're following the path and you're taking the ring to Mordor.
I want to work where you work. It sounds great.
We're really privileged to be able to do it. We have loads of fun because it's one of those things. We get to work with these brilliant IPs, but then we get to work with Lego as well, and it's just the kind of best of both worlds for us. We're like kids in a candy store.
Nice. Well, thanks for your time.
No worries.
And we look forward to playing Batman and then a Lego Lord of the Rings when it comes out.
Indeed.
Super.
Great, thank you very much.
That's all we've got time for in this episode of Family Gamer TV, but we'll be back with more soon.